All right, guys, welcome to this video. Finally, I'm very happy to share our new community name and logo with you. But before doing that, I wanted to share a quick background story of how and why I arrived at this decision to change the community name and a little bit of background story. So, when I started the first company in 2016, it was called Mission Transformation. Back then, my goal was very simple: help people change their body, help people transform their body. It was all about their body, it was all about their fat loss. But due to some reason, I had to close that company. I started my fitness studio. After that, it was called Niranjan's Transformation Studio. This was the name of the new brand. Frankly, I did not have any particular thought behind this name. It was a name suggested by one of my close friends, and I just went ahead with that name. Frankly, I did not have any thought about why this. Now, during COVID, I had to shut down both my studios, so that thing was gone. I launched online training service named Quarantine Fitness. Basically, it was not really meant for a long-term thing. It was this online training that we go through today. It was planned only for 3 or 4 months of quarantine. That is why I called it Quarantine Fitness back then. But after I realized that this is going to be a long term thing, I changed it to QFT Online. Basically, it was a short form of QF, Quarantine Fitness. Now, after 1 year, since like quarantine was gone, the lockdown was lifted, this name did not make sense anymore. So I changed it back to NTS Online, which meant Niranjan's Transformation Studio and the online version of it. Now, frankly, I have been doing some thinking because this name, Niranjan's Transformation Studio, it does not resonate with me anymore. It's not only about transformations for me now. It's not only about changing the body of a person. It's more than that. And one crucial aspect of my life was missing from this name, with the principle that I lead my life with, and that word is Kaizen. Now, many of you might have heard about this word. It basically means constant and never ending improvement. I came across this word in a book called Awaken the Giant Within by Anthony Robbins. And I like this philosophy very much. That if you constantly and never endingly improve yourself, you are going to have a new life 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I embedded this principle in my life: constant and never ending improvement. I applied it in my business, I applied it in my personal life, I applied it in fitness. And yeah, I am way better than where I wished to be 10 years back. So that is the reason I decided that this word, it has to become a part of the community name, because the community is not just about body transformation anymore. It is more than that. It is about permanently transforming a human being. It is about permanent transformation in one's habits, one's goals. And it's not just about which is the best diet for fat loss. It's about what is the best way to stay lean and fit for the rest of your life. That is the aim. So I have used this word now in our community name. And this is kind of a symbol of this word, which is constant and never ending improvement. These curved arrows, they are a meaning of constant and never ending improvement. Another word that has stayed throughout my first company, which is transformations. It was Mission Transformations, then Niranjan's Transformation Studio. So this word is going to stay. And I have a new symbol for this word. What is this symbol? Basically, it is a word, it is a bird, phoenix. You might have heard about this bird, phoenix. It is a mythological bird. It is said to it is said that this bird, it burns itself down, kind of turns into ashes, and then rises as a new version of it from those same ashes. Now that is exactly what transformations this word means to me. that you have to burn down your old habits, you have to burn down your old beliefs, you have to burn down your old thoughts so that you can become a new person. That is what transformations mean to me. That completely changing your state by breaking down the older one. And now these two words come together. The logo looks like this, and the community name becomes Kaizen Transformations. A community where transformations take place in a constant and never ending journey. You have to burn down your older habits so that you can become a new person. You have to burn down, let us say if you are at 80 kgs and you want to reach 60 kgs, you have to burn down the habits that that made you reach 80 kgs, and you have to develop the habits that will help you reach 60 kgs. And once you reach 60 kgs, you have to do it all over again. You have to aim for a new goal. That new goal will require new habits, new mindset, new routine, and it becomes a never ending journey. Let me give you my own example. I started my fitness journey at 68 kgs in 2015. Then I did a phase of fat loss, and I reached 59 kgs. I got super lean, but I also lost a lot of muscle mass. So I decided that I will gain back all that muscle, but not that fat. So I reached 67 in next 1 or 2 years in like by 2018 or 19. Now at 67, I was very happy with my physique. So what did I do? I got complacent. I did not decide what next. I got very busy being happy with my physique, looking myself in the mirror 10 times a day, flexing those abs, looking at the veins that are popping up from my biceps. I was just cherishing that thing. Now what happened? That COVID came, and with COVID, I had to kind of stop going to gym. Everyone had to stop going to gym, and I was stuck at home. I got bored because I could not go to gym, and I did not have any goal to look forward to. So what did I do? I started indulging in habits that just distracted me, that just made me feel good for a time being, but they were distracting. I started eating like anything. I gained about 13 kgs during the COVID phase. Then I did some soul searching. I looked myself at a mirror one day, and I did not like what I see. I realized that I had to change something because I did not even know how I ended up like that. That was the problem. So I realized that it was only because when I was 67, I did not aim for the next level. I became complacent, and I just went back to my old habits when the things got tough. So I made one change. I made a list of goals that I wanted to achieve, fitness goals. I decided I will get back to 65 again. I will, after 65, I will train for marathon. After marathon, I will train for triathlon. After triathlon, I will aim for a big goal, which is summiting Mount Everest. And maybe after that, I will aim for doing 10 triathlons. Those are my next 7 to 10 years of goals. Now, those goals are very personal to me, very emotional for me because I love challenges, I love adventure. So, those goals are something I seriously look forward to going towards that direction, going in that direction of the goals. And what I did, I have broken down all those goals into a plan. So, my first goal is to reach 64 kgs by this July. I'm already at 69 point something. So I've lost 11 kgs in last 14 or 15 months. And next goal is going to be running for marathon. I recently did a 10k. Next goal is going to be 21k. After 21k, it's 42k. Then I'll be maybe training for Mount Everest thing. After that, triathlon, and maybe after that, 10 triathlons. Why maybe? Because it's so far in the future. But I'm sure if I go one day at a time, I'll definitely reach it because that is the direction I'm heading in. And since I started doing this, I noticed that my thoughts about myself changed, my identity changed, my beliefs changed. I started liking myself again. And this is just a side product of this principle: constant and never ending improvement. I burned down my old version that made me go to 80 kgs. I no longer have those habits. I do have the same triggers, I do have the same impulses sometimes, but I no longer indulge into that level of action because I have paid the price and I did not like where I reached. So, that is all about the new logo. It is a journey of never ending transformations. It is a journey of constantly improving yourself and constantly becoming a new person, also constantly burning down your old habits. I wish you that you constantly look forward to the next level. And basically, that is what our new tagline is: driven by the next level. Because once you get complacent, you most likely will go back to where you started from. That is why 95% of the people gain back their weight. It's not only about a methodology, it's also about the psychology. So, the psychology of the group now becomes constant and never ending transformations. I wish you all many, many Kaizen transformations in your life.